Hello everyone, welcome back. So, how are you guys? Welcome to Gate Academy. In this video, I'll be starting with mathematical logic. So, in the past video, you have already seen the introductory video, what is discrete maths and what are the different chapters which we will be covering. So, in this video, I'll be starting with mathematical logic. Okay. So, let me start. Mathematical logic. Okay, so there are three major parts which we need to discuss in this. Okay, and we'll be discussing them one by one. Okay, the first part being proposition calculus. Proposition calculus. Or the proposition logic. The second being we'll be discussing about predicates or predicate calculus. Let me write predicate only, and then we'll be talking about first order logic. How these two are different, we'll be understanding this properly. First order logic. Okay. What are higher order logic, we'll understand. Why do we call this first order logic, we'll understand each and everything over here. Okay. So, first of all, we'll be starting with proposition logic or proposition calculus, then predicates we'll be discussing, and then we'll be discussing first order logic. Okay. So, what exactly is mathematical logic? I have already told you. It gives the reasoning to our computers. Okay, it gives us reasoning power whether a program is correct or not to verify it. It gives us the base to tell computer exactly that how will it be able to determine whether something is true or false. How will some computer based on some algorithm will be able to tell, okay, whether to do this or that. Okay, all that stuff we study over here. Okay, so we'll be getting to know each and everything over here. Okay, for an example, if I tell computer that okay, Taj Mahal is in Agra, just this much fact. Okay, and if someone asks, okay, that is Taj Mahal in any other country or state or in any city, if someone asks, then it may reply no. It may reply no unless and until someone else has provided that it is present somewhere else as well. If it is not present somewhere else, it will simply be telling no. So how computer got to know that? Because we have given related information to the computer regarding that. So we'll be getting to know what are those information and how do we provide those information. We'll not be getting into the details how do we provide, but exactly you will be getting the basics that what exactly are those basic information which we deal with. Okay, how does computer get to know that? All that stuff we'll be discussing over here. Okay, so let me start with propositions over here in this lecture. So what are the propositions? So there are two important points to discuss over here with respect to proposition. Okay, just understand this very carefully. Propositions are nothing but they are kind of declarative. What? Declarative statement. Declarative statement. Statement which are statements which are either true, or which are either true or false, but not both at the same time, That means my proposition is going to be a declarative statement. That means it will be declaring something that okay, this is going to happen or something like this has to be there, something like this. Okay, this is the rule, this is the fact, kind of this. So it will be a declarative statement which will be having value either true only or false only, not both. We must be knowing that what exactly is the value, either true or false only. Okay, there is a law of excluded middle which is there, very important law. Let me tell you, law of excluded middle. It tells us there is no other possibility, either some statement will be true or false. There is no doubt there can be some other possibility. No, law of excluded middle. No other stuff can be there. No other thing can be there. Only either value will be true or false. That's it. Okay. So propositions are the declarative statements which are either true or false, but not both at the same time. Let's take some examples. Okay. Let's talk about some example. Let's see over here. Okay. See this. If I say what Taj Mahal is in Agra, sun rises in the east. Get up 4 plus 9 equals 15. X plus y plus z equals 8. Okay. Some kind of statements are present over here. Okay. Where is your home? Is your home? So first of all, we need to understand what are declarative statement. If we know that, then we need to find whether that declarative statement is having either true only value or false only value. There must not be any confusion. Okay, we must not be confused that the value may or may be true or may be false, something like this. It must be clear cut, either true or false only. That's it. Okay, so let's see over here. Taj Mahal is in Agra. It is being told to me. Okay, this is being told. Okay, it is telling me. Okay, that it's a fact. We know that. Okay, it's a declarative statement. It is declaring that Taj Mahal is in Agra. Okay, okay. So that's a declarative statement. Its value is true or false? The value is true. It's a preposition. It's a preposition. Okay. Okay. Let me write some more over here. There are 10 continents in the world. Okay, we'll have a look at each one of these. Okay, just need not worry. Okay, sun rises in the east. Again, it is a declarative statement. It is declaring something. Okay, declaring something. Okay, so we got to know this is declarative statement, but whether its value is true or false, so we know its value is going to be true because we know that sun rises in the east only. Okay, so again its value is true, and it was a declarative statement and its value is true, so it's a proposition. It was also a proposition. It was also a proposition. Get up. Is it a declarative statement? It's a command. Get up, utho. Okay, wake up, go there, come here, listen to me. Okay, and something like this. The commands are not your declarative statement. Declarative statement is which you are declaring something. Commands means you are commanding someone to do something. Okay, so it is not a proposition. It is not a proposition. Not a proposition. What about 4 plus 9 equals 15? Okay, just have a look. It is declaring me something, that 4 plus 9 will be equal to 15. It is declaring me. But whether its value is true or false. 4 plus 9 is, I know, that is 13, but it is 15. So its value is false. It's a declarative statement. It was telling me that 4 plus 9 is 15. Okay, it was declaration. But the value is not true. Why so? Because the sum is 13, it's not 15. So value is false. Value is false. It was a declarative statement and it's a proposition. Having a false value doesn't mean that's not a proposition. Proposition means declarative statement which will be having either true value or false value. That's it. Okay. Now let's see this. What about this one? X plus y plus z equals 8. Now here we know one thing for sure, that it is also declaring me something, that the value of x plus value of y plus value of z will be 8 only. That's it. So it is declarative. But can I tell whether it's going to be true or false unless and until we know the values of x, y, z? So I cannot say that. I will not be able to determine whether its value is true or false unless and until I know what exactly are the values of x, y, z. So it was a declarative statement, but I was not having whether it is true or false. So you can write declarative was there, but true false was doubt, true or false was doubt. Therefore it's not a proposition, simple. It was a command. What about this one? Where is your home? Again, this is not a declarative. It is not declarative. It is an interrogative question. It is an interrogative sentence. What? Interrogative. You are asking something. You are not declaring anything. Okay, so this is also not your proposition. What about this? There are 10 continents in the world. The answer is again, this is also a declarative statement which is trying to declare that there are 10 continents in the world. But is it true? The answer is false. No, it's not true. So the value is false and it was a declarative statement. It's a proposition. It's a proposition. So I hope you have got that. What exactly are the propositions? Okay, propositions are going to be declarative statements which have either true value or false value. Okay, you need to understand that. Okay, so up to this point I guess everything is clear. What are my propositions? Okay, now step by step we'll move further. Next we'll discuss proposition variable. What? Proposition variable. What is this proposition variable? Understand this properly. Very simple. As you have variable in mathematics or in programming language, a similar kind of stuff you are having in proposition variable. Okay. So I'll be using a letter used to specify a proposition is called simply a proposition variable. For an example, if I say I like mathematics, and let's say this complete proposition I am denoting it with the help of a variable, say q. So q is my proposition variable. It is my proposition variable. This is PV, proposition variable. Okay. Again, similarly, I am a student. This is also, let's suppose this is being denoted by A. So this proposition is being denoted by this letter, this called A, which we will call as proposition variable for this proposition. Okay. Similarly, let's say one more example, let's take. Okay. Ankit loves ice cream. Ankit loves ice cream. So let's say this is being denoted by X variable. So what is this X? This is the proposition variable for this proposition. A was the proposition variable for this proposition. Q was the proposition variable for this proposition. Okay, you can clearly see over here. Okay, so we can simply say that what will be the value of Q, whether it is true or false. Okay, if it is true, that means I like mathematics, that's true. If the value of Q is false, that means I do not like maths. That's false. This statement is false. Basically, I don't like mathematics. Similarly, A, I am a student. Okay, so if its value is true, that means I am a student. But if it's false, that means I am not a student. X, Ankit loves ice cream. If its value is true, okay, Ankit really loves ice cream. If its value is false, that means Ankit doesn't love ice cream. Okay, so these are the proposition variable. Now let's move on to the next point, next topic. So we have discussed what are propositions, what are proposition variables. Now there are kind of propositions, atomic or simply primitive propositions, and the others are molecular or compound, molecular or compound proposition. Okay, what are atomic or primitive propositions? So these are the propositions which cannot be broken into further propositions. Okay, they are the primitive form of proposition. They are the basic propositions I am having. Okay, cannot be broken further. Can't be broken further. What does it mean when I say broken? Okay, this will be clear when I discuss molecular or compound proposition. Okay, so I can give you two statements over here. One is when proposition can be broken into multiple atomic or primitive propositions. When some proposition can be broken into multiple atomic or primitive propositions, then that proposition was compound or molecular proposition. Or I can also say when atomic or primitive propositions are combined using what? Using connectives, using logical connectives or operators, logical connectives and operators. We'll have a look at all these one by one. Just wait for the moment. Okay, logical connectives or operators. Okay, so this is it. Molecular compound or proposition. When atomic or primitive propositions are combined using logical connectives or operators. For an example, let me simply tell you. So you might be knowing about and or stuff if you have studied digital logics and something like that. Okay, and in English also we know that, like, okay, conjunction, you know, I guess. Okay, conjunction, you know, conjunctions are there. Okay, which combine to different statements. Okay, sentences. Okay, for an example, whatever I have written over here, like whatever propositions we have discussed till this point, the examples I am talking about, whether it was this, or in the, you know, initial point when I took the example, whether it was this one or this one, all these were atomic propositions. All these were atomic or primitive propositions because I cannot break them into multiple further propositions. Okay, then what exactly are my compound proposition? For an example, let me tell you, you will get this. Okay, let me give you the example that will make it clearer. If I say I will watch football or I will go to park. So just have a look at this statement over here. So there are basically two primitive propositions. Okay, just have a look. I will watch football. That means, okay, that I am declaring something that I will watch football, or what I'll do, or I will go to the park. Either I'll be watching the football match if there is some tournament, or I'll be simply going to the park. Simple. Okay. So if you have a look at these two propositions, this cannot be broken further. This cannot be broken further. Okay. So individually, this was atomic or primitive proposition. This was also atomic or primitive proposition. But if I talk about this complete, when it is combined by this, or, what exactly is this? This is an example of molecular or compound proposition. Molecular or compound proposition. Okay, because I have used a logical connective. The logical connective being used. What is that connective? That is OR. Okay, that is OR. Simple. Okay. So if I denote this proposition using P, this proposition using Q, then the molecular proposition I am having is P or Q. That is P or Q. Okay, this is the statement for this is the proposition. This is the operator for OR, logical OR, connective for OR. Okay. So you must understand, we will be discussing the logical connectives and operators in the next video. Over here, till this point, I just would like to create the foundation, create the basics. What exactly are the propositions? What are the variables? Okay, you must know this first of all carefully. You must understand this carefully. Okay, so this was about molecular or simply the compound and atomic or primitive proposition. Okay, so basically your molecular or compound proposition can be broken into further atomic proposition, like this one can be divided into P separately and Q separately. Okay, it could be divided, or simply rather I can say that molecular proposition is the proposition which is created using atomic propositions by the help of logical connectives. Okay, so that was all about atomic, primitive, molecular, compound, proposition variable, and our proposition. What exactly is proposition? Okay, in the next video I'll be discussing all the logical connectives. Okay, so I'll keep the video short so that you understand it better, so that you get it better. Okay, you get a better insight, because if it would be like 1 hour long or 50 minutes long, 30 minutes long, 30 minutes is sufficient, I guess. But if it's will be more than that, you would not be able to develop a proper interest initially. You won't be like going till then. Okay, so that's why I'll be keeping the video short. I hope you have learned something, you have understood it. Okay, so in the next video I'll be discussing logical connectives. What logical connectives I'll be discussing? What are these logical connectives? I'll discuss that in detail. Okay, so let's meet in the next section, next video. Okay, see you guys later in the next video. Thank you guys for watching this video.